Streaming live from Oklahoma's own digital studio, this is a news update.
Hey, it's Jonathan Cooper. Thanks for joining us on this special Digital Desk Web Extra for a really interesting topic that we're going to talk about today. It's the Oklahoma Golf Trail. So I have a big story that is going to be airing. You're either going to see this before or after, but it's a great Web Extra where we can go a little bit more in depth with it. So if you're unfamiliar, the Oklahoma Golf Trail is something that went through legislation a few years ago. It is a committee of people here in the state who are trying to get people to come visit different golf courses in the state of Oklahoma, whether you're in Oklahoma, outside of the state. And it's just a great thing that the state is starting, and a few other states have done it as well. I'm going to bring up some information on it so we can follow that. So the Oklahoma Golf Trail has to do with House Bill 3647. That was the original legislation, and we have a special guest we're going to talk to here in just a couple of minutes about that House bill. It's 18 different golf courses that this committee has decided on that they're going to chat about. They have a website and an app that they've started. And they're kind of modeling it after the Alabama Golf Trail. And we're going to talk more about that. That's the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. And that's a great one that was started 30 years ago or so. And, a lot of other states have copied it as well. So with all that being said, we have a special guest, Sheila Dills. She's a former House representative. And Sheila, thank you so much for joining us here for a few minutes. How are you doing tonight?
I am great, Jonathan. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we are so excited that you are here and being a part of this. So I want to start very, very basic. So first off, tell us a little bit about your time in politics in the state legislature. You are no longer in the House of Representatives, but tell us a little bit about your history and what you're doing now.
Sure. Well, I was elected to serve the people in House District 69. That's covers Jenks, South Tulsa, and Bixby. And I was elected in 2018, and I served for 4 years. And one of the bills that I ran was to establish the Oklahoma Golf Trail with House Bill 3647. And really, I took a look at other states and what they've done and how they structured their golf trail, and put some legislation together that I felt like would serve us well. And it really received both bipartisan support, and was very strongly supported by all legislators. And they really saw this like I saw it, and the lieutenant governor saw it, or it really could have a big economic impact on the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's great. And I understand that you were a golfer yourself. You are a golfer yourself. Tell us about that.
Oh gosh, well, golf has been a huge part of my life. I grew up playing junior golf in Oklahoma and played golf around the United States and other countries as well. And I was fortunate enough to get a scholarship to Oklahoma State, and I played 4 years on the team there. And we finished third in the NCAA championship my senior year. So we had a successful run, and it was a lot of fun, and just a wonderful, wonderful experience, and a great way to get an education and just enjoy being competitive and enjoying the game of golf and meeting lots of people. So it's always been a wonderful sport.
Do you still play?
I play a little bit, but not as much as I would like to. I have my own business, and so it's taking a lot of time. But I'm hoping to get back on the golf course and play a little bit more soon.
Definitely. All right, let's talk about this House bill. It's 3647. This was a few years ago, I think 2022. And what was the thinking behind it? I know that as part of this story, we talked to Lieutenant Governor Matt Pinnell. He is big into tourism and things like that. So what did you work with him on this, and what was kind of the thinking behind it?
We did. We worked together on it, and I just felt like the golf trail bill would be a wonderful way to encourage economic development in the state. And of course, our lieutenant governor is wonderful in promoting economic development. He was very supportive of it, and he really took this, and after we got it passed, and he was very vocal about supporting it during that process as well too. But once we got it passed, once we got the commission established, he was very helpful in getting this to the finish line, getting this to our launch date, and helping launch it. And so he's just a real supporter, and we're very grateful to him for this.
Yeah, and so now you're also on the committee of it. I see you guys have swag, so T-shirts, polos, different stuff like that. So as part of the committee, this has been a couple-year process, right? So as part of the committee, what are you doing? The first process was probably just working with these golf courses, right?
Yes, actually, it was the commissioners. We had to establish the commission itself, and the lieutenant governor appointed some commissioners. The Speaker of the House, the Senate Pro Tem, appointed a commissioner. So it took a while for us to establish the commission, and then it took us a while to figure out what courses would be on the commission, who was interested, who would fit the criteria, that sort of thing. So it's been a process, and we had to get some marketing behind the golf trail and get it going in the right direction. So it has taken some time.
Yeah, something that the lieutenant governor told me, I went and played a couple holes of golf with him, and part of it is the legislature didn't set aside funding for it, I guess, in this year's budget. And he was saying that, the goal is to show that this is successful and that this could be something where people will come from all over and show that it's a financial success, and it can be a part of future budgets. So is the process right now that you're having to kind of raise your own money and then hoping maybe that the state can put in some money in the future, kind of like what they're doing with the fishing trail?
Yes, well, we have had to raise money, and that's fine. That was my intention in the beginning and everything. But I think legislators are seeing how this could tremendously benefit the state of Oklahoma, and perhaps there will be some future funding. I'm not sure, but we do have a lot of companies that are interested and individuals that are interested in supporting the trail, and especially after our launch, there was a lot of interest in that. So we'll continue promoting the trail and talking to potential sponsors and that sort of thing. But I think it's a real win-win situation for the state of Oklahoma and anyone interested in getting involved with this. We have a lot of golf developers actually looking at land in the state of Oklahoma to develop world-class facilities. And once they found out we had a trail in the works, it even created more excitement for them to want to invest in our state. And so I think that it's going to be great. We have more work to do. We are meeting frequently, and we have an upcoming meeting in August, and so we'll be talking about moving the trail forward now that we've launched it, now that people are finding out about it and that sort of thing. So it's just a great opportunity to tie in golf, the game of golf, to our wonderful assets in the state of Oklahoma. If you go up to Shangri-La and play the golf course there, you're going to get to experience Grand Lake and those wonderful communities around the lake. If you come to Tulsa and play some of the courses in Tulsa, you're going to get to experience like the Gathering Place and just our wonderful museums that we have in Tulsa, and all the activities that are in Oklahoma City, and just various parts of the state too that have unique features, like the course down at Dornick Hills has the famous cliffhanger hole on the 16th hole, which is just a wonderful experience if you're a golfer, and it's unique. But it's just a lot of wonderful experiences in the state. We want to promote the state with the golf trail, and we have a rich history with golf in Oklahoma, with wonderful courses, wonderful championships, wonderful college programs, and wonderful players. So it's very exciting to see what's happening.
Yeah, it definitely is. As part of this story, we talked to the CEO of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, which is the golf trail in Alabama. And it seems like a lot of states have kind of seen what they've done and have been very successful. The CEO was telling me that they had their tourism budget has gone from just a couple billion in 1990, and it's now 13 something like that $billion. And it's in part because of this golf trail. They kind of did it differently. They built the courses and then created the trail. But I mean, when you wrote this bill, were you looking at that as kind of something to model it after?
Well, they have a very unique situation. They took very interesting. They took the teachers' retirement plan and their system in Alabama and funded funded the new courses with that program. And that's something that wouldn't be possible here in Oklahoma. We wouldn't think about doing that in Oklahoma, actually. But it is unique. And so I really looked at the way that they structured it, from like the number of courses, what the criteria were, things like that. So I think the bill, we can go up to 25 courses in the bill. We have 18 currently, but I really put a cap on it because I really wanted to preserve the quality of the courses and not just have every course in Oklahoma on it, because there is a difference in quality. And obviously we don't have the great private courses on it, and it has to be accessible to all. And private courses aren't necessarily accessible to the public.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but we do have wonderful public golf courses, and then some of them are semi-private that have opened up to people who are playing the trail. But I think it's a wonderful list of courses in Oklahoma, and we're just really excited about it.
Yeah, and I know that the lieutenant governor was telling me that maybe there was a couple semi-private courses where they're opening up some tee times for people that are specifically on the trail, and maybe that's something you guys can grow in the future as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And as this continues to grow, what is your hope and kind of the legacy of this? This is so new and it's in its infancy stages, but we're getting this story out there. What are you hoping you see from this in the next few years, and maybe even 20, 30 years down the line?
Well, I think that I would love to see companies coming into Oklahoma from people visiting the golf trail, and the tourism dollars that it would bring in from individuals visiting the golf trail and that sort of thing. I think that Oklahoma has just such a wonderful wonderful things to offer. But I've always said our biggest asset in Oklahoma is our people, and companies love to hire people like Oklahomans because they're hard workers and they're good people and honest people for the most part. And they just, I think Oklahomans have a lot to offer. So I just think that any increase in our economic picture in Oklahoma from the golf trail is a win. And I think that we will continue to grow this every year, and it will just continue to grow. And hopefully in 20 or 30 years, we can look back and say, wow, can you believe what happened? All of the positive things that happened. So that's what I hope.
Yes, that's great. And we're excited for people to see the story, and for, maybe somebody will see this and they'll go out there and play one of these courses, or even people from out of state. I mean, I think that's the big part of it too. People that may not come to Oklahoma normally, but they hear about this trail and they make a weekend of it, or kind of make a vacation out of it.
Right. There are people that really just go play golf trails all around the country, and that's what they enjoy doing. So hopefully it'll bring in new people here, and there's a lot of buzz about the trails around the country. So from California to Florida to Vermont, it's kind of crazy, but we're looking forward to continuing to promote the trail and to facilitate all of the people that come in to play the trail.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Sheila, I got one more question for you, and it's not about the trail, but it's about kind of your career after being in the House and in state politics. You own a bakery, right?
I do. I own Patisserie by Sheila in Jenks.
And tell me, have you always enjoyed to bake? I mean, what led you to this?
Oh gosh, well, I started visiting France in the early 2000s, and just fell in love with French pastry and the art and culture of food in France. And I thought, wow, that'd be so great to have something in our area. And it just never fell in line until recently. And I decided to open a patisserie in Jenks, and now we're opening a bistro in a few weeks in Jenks. And so yeah, I love cooking. I love visiting with people. I'm a widow, and so it just is. The bakery feels like home right now, and so I just love meeting all these new people and having them come in and have a smile on their face and be happy where we are. So yeah, come on down and try us out.
Yeah, congrats. And we've done stories with you before with that. So if you're interested in that, we'll have a link to that with this.
Oh,
But we're excited for the
thank
golf
you.
trail. And thank you so much for taking a few minutes of your time. And, we'll maybe do more with it in a couple years and as you get more courses and it gets more involved. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Jonathan. We really appreciate it.
Yes. All right. Former Representative Sheila Dills, thank you so much. And we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And as you can see, we just spoke with former Representative Sheila Dills. This story, we'll have it online as well as the full text from it as well. Thank you so much for joining us for this Digital News Extra. We're going to hope to do a lot more of these, especially with the state legislature. And we're going to make this a normal segment. So thanks for joining us on here, and have a great day or night.
Thank you for watching this Oklahoma's Own digital studio live stream. Stay with News on 6, online and on television, anytime for the latest news, weather, and sports.